So this is the guy who is responsible for the thing that is hanging around your neck. So one more applause for that one.
Thank you.
And this will be a lightning talk regarding the badge and what you can find on it. So take it away.
Thanks. Hello everyone. My name is Abhinav. I combine electronic art with hardware hacking. And the whole point of doing this is to make these beautiful electronic badges and to promote hardware security education and a lot of fun stuff with crypto and in general all the challenges that CTFs that happen, and we try to incorporate as much creative stuff as possible. So I started the badge making because where I come from, India, so we had a lot of issues making badges, and I wanted to do something cool, and so I just got into the badge making full time, and I didn't know what I'm supposed to do. But it is all the time I realized I was creating my own hacker life of a sort, trying to creatively think about the hardware, creatively think about how the CTFs are made and all. So now it's been 6 years. I have been doing this. We are in 13 countries, and we made badges for RSA, DEF CON, Black Hat, HITB, and all sorts of conferences around the world. So some of my previous work is right on my website. So this year we made the RSA badge, and then this one is the B-Sides San Francisco. We work with Red Team Village and Packet Hack Village, B-Sides Singapore, SynCon, and all sorts of places. We are all over the place, actually. So, and the last, I'm pretty sure some of you guys must have been last year as well. So this was the badge for last year. How many people here got this badge? Awesome, yeah. So it was, again, it was like, we wanted to build like something really simple, like a Blinky badge, but then not a Blinky badge. We want to make some fun, and we had these small mini speakers in it with a rickroll, and we had a village with, all sort of stuff happening. Yeah, so when we were thinking about this year's design, I was talking to Benjamin, and I had two ideas. One was we make a Viking design in a beard, and that sounded really cool. Or we make a homage to your city, like a skyline sort of a design. And he liked the skyline design a lot, and that's what we have ended up with. So if you don't like it, you take it up with him, not with me. So yeah, and we wanted to make it a CTF badge, and the design we came up with, we wanted to put all the historic buildings in the city. So there's, again, I don't want to butcher the pronunciation, so I'm not going to attempt. But there's a bridge, there's a lipstick building, there's a fort, there's a ship, and of course, where we are, Eriksbergshallen, and all the Kotia Towers, and the amusement park, which I think is 100 years now this year, so really cool. And of course, the stadium. So that's what the initial thought process was, and eventually, as it evolved and gotten more into, it's a cyberpunk theme to it, and that's what we came up with. There's a the robot of SecurityFest right here. There's a lipstick building, and all the places in the town. So the funny thing is, so the badges we have gotten, the robot LED glows by default because we want at least one LED to glow so that we know it works and we don't have to troubleshoot too much. And then the ship LED, we put it as a final challenge. So if you don't get started, if it doesn't glow, you have to solve the CTF, so it will glow for sure. So we have been making these badges for 6 years, and really maxed out everything we could with the technology we have at hand. And traditionally, in the PCBs, we have the black, white, green, blue, red, and yellow. Again, yellow is again like a rare one. And we try to, essentially what we try to do is we try to, if you want to make, say, a shade of red, so we print the black one and then we print the red one. Or if you want to make a light red, then we print the white one and then print the red one. So all these sort of things going on. But at the end of the day, we couldn't really bring anything close to this artwork on the PCB with the tools we had at hand. And so this year, we heard, well, my friend overheard in a trade fair show, and he was like, "This is you printing; it can print on your surface." And then suddenly, light bulb went in our head, and we're like, "Okay, what if we do it on PCBs?" And so we started all the experimentation, and the RSA badge and the astronaut badge I showed you. That was basically one of the first two badges we have UV printed successfully. I think that should be important. And so we kind of figured out a way to get these two extremely different technologies to come together in a way to make it really work. And this was one of the early testing we did. It looked fine, but then like it wasn't perfect, but it looked fine. And then eventually we had to keep adjusting some settings here and there and see how we can achieve the just as accurate as possible. And yeah, I think we after a few tries, I like to think we got it pretty much right. So one of the challenge with UV printing is so the traditional PCBs, it needs to go to reflow when you assemble it, and the UV printing can't handle the heat, so it turns yellowish sort of. And so the way we figured this out is we tried to solve this. We either UV print it first and then maybe hand solder the stuff, which was very time consuming, or we just solder it and then we UV print. And for this batch, we have gone the second way. So we soldered all the components first, and then it went through this UV printing process. And of course, all the tech is on the back side. So we have a clean look on the front side. So it's powered by Note on chip, and we put a micro USB for nice UCTF connection. And there are these pads for reprogramming. So if anyone of you brave enough, you can give it a try and see what happens. And yeah, this is the final form with all the LEDs and stuff going on. So there is the batch CTF, and the CTF also, I like to make stuff that is coherent. And what I mean by that is the design needs to go hand in hand with the functionality. So the Gothenburg skyline design in a cyberpunk theme had to be also complementing the CTF design. So the CTF is essentially 8 challenges for the 8 buildings on the badge, and solving each challenge will unlock those LEDs on the badge. So if you wanna solve all the, if you wanna glow all the LEDs, then you have to solve all the challenges. Or maybe flash the badge with, still program for me and, flash the badge. But that's trickier. So, so if you send 3 stars, it gets you started in the CTF, and then we have a prize for the first CTF winner. We're gonna announce it tomorrow. And it's a CTF that's built on cryptography, Stegno, and I don't remember. But yeah, it's mostly cryptography. And you can send reset to reset the badge, and then it forgets everything. So the hardware village we wanted to set up to get people, people need to get started with the soldering, and they learn the soldering. So we have some LEDs in all the fancy colors. You can choose your own colors and all. So you personalize your badge that way. And then we have the CTF, of course, going on. And if you want to meddle with the program and all, we'll get you started with that. So you learn a bit of programming aspect into it. So the village is in the style like a Ironman marathon. It's kind of like you do the the first one to solder the LEDs and also the solder CTF gets you on the top of the leaderboard. So you have to be good at both the things. You have to be good at soldering and also at the CTF. There's plenty of stations we have for you to give it a try for soldering, and then we also have a lot of micro USB cables if you want to play the CTF. And so a fun fact is if you solve the final challenge, it says a line, and if you do that thing, it gets you some cool presents as well. So that's pretty much it. I mean, we have been running the village today, and we had a really, really good response. Again, a lot of people had to wait. We had to change the soldering stations and all. But we still, nonetheless, had really, really good response. And all the CTF and all the tutorials on how to solder the batch if you want to do it at home, and then tutorials on how to play the CTF at home. All of it is on this link if you want to check it out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, I will take the questions. If not, I'm just going to walk off back to the village. I'll see you there.
Anyone? No? Thank you so much.